Tuesday Night Baseball now. Kendall Graveman is on the mound for game 2. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Yeah, Matt, here's the scoop on Kendall Graveman. Not an overpowering guy, 93 to 94 miles an hour. Good slider, good changeup. Will throw an occasional curveball. Not really a strikeout guy. He's more of a pitch-to-contact guy. And if he's throwing well early, you'll know he'll be getting a lot of quick outs.
And now here's a look at the Minnesota Twins starting lineup. Danny, who stands out to you?
Well, Matt, we'll see if Miguel Sano can be a difference maker, as he often is. He doesn't let the pressure of the big moment get to him. I love watching this guy hit in clutch situations. It's like he takes a deep breath and everything stops in front of him. He plays like the Zen man.
And guys, as we take a look at the Twins at the start of play here tonight, they've been playing some pretty good baseball of late as they've won 6 of their last 8 games.
Yeah, guys, after the first 4 games on this road trip, they find themselves 2-2, kind of par for the course. But they got to find a way to play a little bit better today, kind of turn the tide and get it working in a positive direction.
The count now at 2-1. 2 out here and a runner at second. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
That's what you call a challenge fastball right there, boys. I don't know if he was necessarily trying to miss up in the zone like he did, but he got away with it right there and put the fastball by him.
Here's a high pop-up. Sano is there for it. And the inning is over. Here's Kelby Tomlinson. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Second baseman, Kelby Tomlinson.
There goes Buxton. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Dion is calling for it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Stepping into the box, Darren James, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Loves hitting left-handed off of right-handed pitchers, hitting over 300 against right-handed pitching.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. The 1-0. A swing and a miss, strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The 1-1 home. And it's fouled away.
He was able to foul that one off, but you could tell he was definitely late. That breaking ball, the pitch before that heater right there, definitely threw his timing off.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
2 strikes.
The 2-2 is looked at and the count moves full.
Well, the 1-2 pitch didn't go his way, and now a miss there on 2-2. You know he doesn't want this at bat to get away from him, so I think we're going to see a challenge pitch on a full count.
And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
I know this guy isn't known for his hitting prowess, but that's a nice job right there. Getting a single on a 3-2 pitch in the middle of the zone. Grab your glove and flash some leather.
Stepping up to the plate, Breivik Valera. He reached on a single in his first try.
Breivik Valera.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
Wow, that's awfully impressive right there. The pitch before was really close. Called the ball. What does he do? He comes back with a better pitch and gets the punch out.
Up next for the Cardinals.
So striding in, Barack Alexander comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. The 0-1 on its way. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. James leads off first with 1 away. That's lifted the other way out to left. Stoddard is there. 2 gone. Throw back to first. On to first, a double play. No runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left. We played 4 full. And now the Twins pitcher, Jose Barrios, will attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Pulls this one in the air out to left. James has a read on it, and that retires the side. Go the Twins. Jason Castro, the catcher, is in. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. The 1-1 home. This is hit the other way out toward left field. James on the move, and that's the 3rd out. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate, and they push across 4 runs. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the home. Digging in and looking for more, Darren James. He singled his last time up.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
High pop-up. Sano is under it near the mound, and that's the first out of the inning. Ready for another chance? Miguel Sano, a hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Hit high and deep out to left field. James going back on it. Still going back. And it's gone as they add still another. A solo shot that time for Miguel Sano, number 148 for his career. And just like that, it's now a 5-2 ball game.
It's a 3-run lead now, and that doesn't exactly slam the door shut on this thing, but it certainly closes it a little bit. The importance of each run is magnified the later you get in the game. And that bomb here in the 8th is big.
This is in the air to left field. And this will be pulled in just in front of the warning track for the first out. Striding in once again, Jorge Polanco. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. This is line to left. And that'll get by and on through towards the wall.
Relay. No runner, home.
And he's in there easily at second with a 1-out double.
Well, he was definitely struggling coming into this one, but I think we could...
Ready for another shot now, Darren James. He'll swing it from the left side right here. Liner toward right center. Schebler is there to make the catch, and with that, the ball game is over.
It seemed like everyone had a hand in this win, and that's usually the case when you win a game by 8 runs. Feels good to dominate a game like that.
10-2 the final in this game. The Twins put a 10 spot on the scoreboard in this one. Jose Barrios earned his 9th win of the year. First opened in 2006. We're at beautiful Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri. Today, the 3rd and final game in this 3-game series between the Minnesota Twins and the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals baseball is straight ahead. Next on the show. Carlos Martinez is on the mound for the Cardinals. What do we need to
stat about this guy? Coming into this game, right-handed hitters are hitting below 200 on the season for him as the starting pitcher. So he must be doing something right when he's facing the righties.
Pulls this one in the air out to left. James is under it, and he brings it in for the 2nd out of the inning. Here's Miguel Sano. It was a 2-hit effort for him, including a home run in last night's game. The 1-2. Pulled high in the air out to left field. James has a read on it, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Minnesota, and now the Cardinals get their first. Coming to the plate now, Darren James, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. Here comes the first pitch. A changeup that catches the corner for strike one. Fellas, these Twins, as they take the field this afternoon, they're on a great run of late as they come in winners of 7 of their last 9 games.
Hey, not an easy thing to do, D-Row, to get a sweep, a 3-game sweep on the road. They've won the first 2, looking to put a bow on this one here.
Yeah, to win 3 on the road, Dan, significantly difficult in today's game. You try and take care of business at home. This would be huge for this team.
And here's a fastball, not close, as he runs it to 2-1 now. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Joe McDonald.
You know, you got to take your time and feel Joe McDonald out behind the dish a little bit. He has a tendency to move his zone around, usually setting.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Cards leave 1, and this is still a 0-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Darren James.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these 2 teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
2 balls and a strike to the St. Louis leadoff hitter.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's such an effective pitch if you can hit the corner with it, but no dice this time.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Waves and misses for strike number 2.
Case in point right there, Matty. We're seeing a trend, the north and south. A lot of pitchers working that elevated fastball and then breaking stuff off in the dirt. We used to see east-west, not the case anymore.
Struck him out.
He's looked great on the bump the first few innings of this game.
Leading off the inning, Blaine Nesbitt, and they'll need him to get something going here. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Gone to lead off the inning. A solo shot here to left, number 17 for him on the season, as the Twins have come back to tie it at 1.
Hey, listen, there's an old adage in baseball that solo home runs won't kill you. This is one of the top hitters in that lineup. So a home run, a solo home run right here, it's not the end of the world.
Digging in to try it again, Jason Castro. His head-to-head numbers against Carlos Martinez. He's hitless in 3 at-bats. Ready with the 0-2. That's lifted the other way out to left. And that's in there, base hit.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible.
Ready once again, Kelby Tomlinson. 1 for 2 with a base hit back in the first inning of play. This one's down to third. That's through, and he's now 2 for 3 in this one. So the leadoff man's aboard in their half of the 6th inning. Here's Miguel Sano. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Line drive to left. This will hang up just long enough to be run down in shallow left for a tough second out. And now the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Darren James. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
Boys, we see the pitch count. It's hard to remember the last time we saw a guy pitch this efficiently.
Yeah, Matt, it's incredible to watch him go after guys. He's forcing a lot of early contact, and they haven't done a whole lot with the balls they put in play against him.
Here it comes on 1-1.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come
Chance
on.
here for Dozier at second. Scooped up in time to first, and there are two away. Here's Byron Buxton now.
Been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
Fly ball out toward left center field. And that is down for extra bases as that ought to plate the go-ahead run and maybe another. And the runner will score from second. And he's in there with a two-run triple.
Well, that's a huge base hit.
Digging in once again, Darren James, 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, not his game so far. He's such a good hitter. We all kind of expect him to pick up 2 or 3 hits most of the time. That's not really how baseball works, though.
No balls and a strike to count. And that one cut a little too much. A ball and a strike. 8th inning of this low-scoring affair. 3-1 our score. And this one runs a little too far in. Ball 2. Now the 2-1 pitch is laid off of for ball number 3.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch.
The 3-1 fouled off. On a good changeup, a swing and a miss, and he's set down on strikes for the second time today. The next twin up, Mitch Garver, is looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. And solid contact there as this ball is belted high in the air out to left. James is on the warning track as he hauls it in for a loud out number 1.
Well, as a former pitcher, you know I love these low-scoring games as opposed to those slugfests. This was like a throwback game when home runs weren't so common and pitching.
This manager is looking to get more production out of his hitters.
Time to get the weekend started with Friday Night Baseball from Butch. Alex Reyes gets the start for St. Louis in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, Matty V, we're getting a chance to look at a guy that's been like white hot. How about a whip under 1.00 in his last 3 starts? Not a lot of base runners, and that usually adds up to a lot of success. Let's see if he can continue to do that in this one here today.
James arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out. The chance now for the Los Angeles Dodgers starting lineup. Who's the one to watch, Dan? Digging in, the switch hitter, Darren James, was an 0-for-4 effort for him in Wednesday's ball game. First delivery to him on the way. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Dan Dero, you check out this Dodger team as they enter play here tonight. They've been playing some pretty good baseball of late as they've won 6 of their last 8 games.
Yeah, Matty V, what we're seeing there is a team, Dero. They're starting to put the gas pedal down right now. They're starting to get some length in this division.
Yeah, this team's playing well. They're playing with confidence. You can tell guys are walking to the plate with a swagger. Their pitchers are taking them out and executing pitches down and away. This is a good ball club.
So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Woody Keller.
You know, Dero, Woody Keller's a good umpire, but at times the consistency kind of wavers a little bit. I'm not sure if you'd say he's a low ball umpire or a high ball umpire. Sometimes his zone changes from game to game.
Yeah, he can be a little inconsistent, Dan, no question about it, but he's approachable. As an offensive player, I just want to be able to turn around and say, is that as far as you're going today? And Woody will usually give you an answer.
And that triple could not have come at a better time. The team has really struggled the last few games trying to get over the hump, and they're looking for anything good to happen to them, and I'd say that triple definitely qualifies. They are fired up.
Stepping in for the Cardinals, Barack Alexander. And a great chance here for the Cardinals to add on in just the first inning. Here now the 2-2. Swinging a soft liner on to first, and that'll do it as they manage to not let this inning get out of hand. 3 runs on. Trying to pick things up where we left off, Darren James. First pitch coming, here it is. And that's cut on and missed, 0-1.
Hey, let's not sugarcoat it. He's had a rough couple innings. He's going to have to find a way, whether it be mechanically or mentally, to be able to stay in this game.
And he takes this one high, 1-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Lofted in the air out toward right center. There to make the play is Puig for route number 2. Next for the Dodgers, Yasiel Puig. He flew out in his last at-bat. This one's flared toward left center. DeYoung ranging into the outfield, and he makes the catch for the second out. Now look at our line score to this point, and I'm almost certainly jinxing things by. The next to bat for St. Louis, Darren James, 1 for 2 with a triple so far in this one. First offering on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Hey, I'm surprised he went to that spot in his zone. This guy's known for being a down and in hitter. Don't expect too many pitches going in that spot.
Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Taylor will slide over and put this one away, and that's out number 1. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base. Leading off the inning, Logan Forsythe, and they'll need him to get something going here.
We're moving through the middle of this ball game right now. If they want to get things going, how about trying to get some base runners on, or at least get a base hit? They don't have any hits going into this part of the game.
Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
That one had extra bases written all.
Stepping in, Darren James, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Loves hitting left-handed off of right-handed pitchers. hitting over 300 against right-handed pitching.
Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike one. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Right over the middle, knee high.
There seem to be different philosophies on it. So, Dan, what was your approach in 0-2 counts?
My philosophy is this. I think the last thing you want to do is throw non-competitive pitches, Matt. Throw something down in the zone or just out of the zone, but something way out of the zone doesn't serve any purpose.
5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Cardinals to this point. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. On the ground to the right side. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. So they go quietly here in this half inning. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. St. Louis is out in front, 5-0.
Leading off for the Dodgers, the first baseman, number 33.
On the ground to the left side. To his left, Webster. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. A look there at our line score as we play the 8th inning here at Busch. Cardinals out in front as they look to try and hang on in front of the home crowd.
Always nice to get the first game of the series, but even more so when it's in front of the home crowd. Seems to energize everybody the rest of the series.
A 5-0 finish tonight. MLB The Show is at the gateway to the west. St. Louis, Missouri, and lovely Busch. Luke Weaver, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, this guy is one of the better pitchers in the league, and one stat that jumps out, take a look at that strikeout to walk ratio. That's about as good as it gets. And look for him to dominate in this one.
Hit in the air out to straightaway left. James has a beat on it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Time now to check out the lineup for the visiting Dodgers. Dan Plesac, who are you focused on? Now to the plate, Yasiel Puig. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. Pulled high in the air out to left field. James is under it, and that's the first out of the inning. Stepping up to the plate, Austin Barnes. They'll work on keeping this top of the 2nd alive. The 1-1 home. A swing and a ground ball to third. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Nothing across here this half. On now to the bottom of the 2nd, and we are tied 0-0. Now at the plate, Darren James, one of the better hitters in the game this year, currently 7th in the National League batting race. He's set. Now the pitch. Missed with a breaking ball. 0, Danny, this LA Dodger ball club as they enter play here this afternoon. They come into this one in decent form as despite the loss last time out, they've won 6 of their last 9.
Yeah, guys, after the first 4 games on this road trip, they find themselves 2-2, kind of par for the course. But they got to find a way to play a little bit better today, kind of turn the tide and get it working in a positive direction.
And set up behind the dish is Woody Keller as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there. This is on the ground over to first. To second for one. Back to first, and great work by the pitcher hustling over to cover as he takes the throw for the 3-6-1 double. Standing in, Darren James. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5. First delivery to him on the way. This is flared out towards second, and that's a base hit. So a little first pitch swing in there as he's on to kick off the inning.
All right, let's see if that leadoff single gets him going right now. They've taken it on the chin for most of this game, being a little passive at the plate in their approach. Let's see if that starts them off and they start to go more ambush tactics.
And he'll step off the rubber and go to first. And a dive, but he's back in. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. This is hit softly to third. One there. On to first to complete the double play. Ready now, Andrew Toles. 1 for 2 with a base hit back in the first inning of play. Now the payoff pitch home. This one smoked the other way. High and deep to left. Out of here into the visitors' bullpen.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup.
Next up for Los Angeles, Yasiel Puig. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Hit on the ground to third. Great effort on the dive, but it's through into left.
You know, D-Roll, the old school thinking sometimes is when you're going through a bad streak like this guy, any way you can get on a little jam shot, even though it wasn't pretty.
Digging in now, Darren James. He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Here's the 0-1. And this is bounced foul near the secret weapon, Jose Oquendo, in the third base coaching box.
Might have been cheating for another fastball, trying to get the head to that one early. Pitcher pulled the string with a nasty breaking ball and had him a little bit out in front.
And the throw will indeed take care of him for the first out. Here's Corey Seager. Hits are even right now at 5 aside.
Corey Seager.
This is hit the other way out toward left field. James is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone now. Striding in to start the 9th, Darren James, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Listen, it's not easy coming back off of closers, but this guy hasn't been super dependable so far this season, and he's blown several saves up to this point.
Here it comes, 1-0. Swing and a miss on the sinker, a ball and a strike. One and 2 now.
1-2.
And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there, just out of the strike zone. But listen, when you're a 300 hitter, you don't chase a lot of those so-called pitchers' pitches. This guy knows the strike zone.
Fouled away. Cutter, and it doesn't make it back. 3-2.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch.
The 3-2 pitch is in there. A called strike 3.
Well, folks, that's what Kenley Jansen does. When he enters the game, the hopes of the other team, they usually just leave. Slams the door again right here.
Pitching and defense game, 2-1. Afternoon baseball now on a lazy Sunday afternoon at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Seth Lugo gets the assignment for the rubber match in this series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, we're looking at a real solid starting pitcher right here. You take a look at that ERA, anywhere between 3.5 and 4. But I'll tell you what he does know how to do. He knows how to get people out, and he can minimize the damage. He knows how to control the running game. He does a lot of things right. And if he does all those things, expect a real solid performance in this one.
The chance now for the Los Angeles. The next to bat for St. Louis, Darren James. He'll get to take his first cuts here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a two-seam fastball there, but this is chopped fouled at the plate for strike 1. 0, Danny, this LA Dodger ball club as they enter play here this afternoon. They've had it going the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty D, what we're seeing there is a team, D-Row. They're starting to put the gas pedal down right now. They're starting to get some length in this division.
Yeah, this team's playing well. They're playing with confidence. You can tell guys are walking to the plate with us.
Ready for another chance. Justin Turner, runner in scoring position with two gone. Fly ball out toward left center field. James is in pursuit. He can't get to it. This one's down. And the run will come across to score from second, and they open it up to 4-0 now. Digging in to try it again, Darren James. And they've got some work to do early on. Down 4-0 already.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
0-1 the count. And he lays off for ball 1. Two balls and a strike to the St. Louis leadoff hitter.
2-1.
Pulls this one in the air out to left, waiting on it his toes, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. So with one gone, striding in once again, Logan Forsythe. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
James arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Darren James. He's got an opportunity here in a bases loaded situation. It seems like the right man for the job.
I'd say so. He's the team leader in RBIs. Time for the right man in the right spot.
No balls and 1 strike.
Getting that first pitch strike is really important when you're dealing with the bases loaded behind you. Good job to give himself the advantage there.
Next pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind 0-2 now. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And there's one he'd like to have over again. Missed high with the slider. The 1-2 is blasted out to left center. This one's deep and not coming back. Gone! So he will touch him all on the grand slam. Home run number 39 they will take the lead here. It's now a 5-4 ball game.
Man, that has to hurt. He was one pitch away from getting out of the inning without the wheels coming completely off. But guess what? Now this thing is stripped and on blocks.
To pick things up where we left off, Darren James. He's already got 4 RBIs in this one.
Beautiful part about that home run ball is one swing, it can do a lot of damage. We're tied right now, but you can go back to that previous at-bat when he hit the grand slam and drove in 4 big runs.
First offering on its way. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. Looking at his lifetime numbers, James has an eye-grabbing batting line, one that resides above the 340 plateau.
Matty, this is one of the best offensive forces in the sport. Not only an amazing batting average, but does it in a variety of different ways with damage.
A ball and 2 strikes.
I wouldn't be surprised if he uses aggressiveness against him right here. If you're going to get a swing outside the zone 1-1, might as well fish a little bit further.
Line to the right side. And that's taken in straight away right. Will he try from second? And he is in there. Ready for another shot now, Justin Turner. It's his job to get something into the outfield and give that go-ahead run a chance to score from second. Now the 3-2 pitch. Now a line drive, and that may be enough to break our tie. That's down for extra bases.
Here we go, relay, relay, relay. Go runner, go runner.
The runner from second crosses the plate.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late.
The first baseman, number 33, Darren Weaver.
Here's a weakly hit fly ball off to the left side. To make a spectacular catch. What a play there to end the inning. One more look at the full extension catch that strands 2 men on the base paths. More to come on the show Sunday Baseball after this. Leading off the inning, Chris Taylor, and they'll need him to get something going here.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
And that's in for a base hit. He's 2 for 4 now. So the Dodgers get their leadoff hitter on base to kick off the inning. Digging in once again, Darren James. He's 1 for 4 for the game.
Darren James.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And that one just missed outside. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage.
Yeah, you know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
Here it is, the 3-0. Bullet back up the middle. And this is taken in just shy of the warning track for out number 1. Getting late in the day here, and as this has been a long one, we check out our line score to this point. The scoreboard operates. Next up for Los Angeles, Justin Turner. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Lifted in the air to straightaway left. James sprinting after it. 2 gone.
Wow, you don't see a closer finish better than that very often. Only needed 4 pitches to slam the door in their face and stole this game away for his guys.
Doesn't get much better than this. Afternoon baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today, it's the second of this 3-game series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs. As October draws nearer, the race for the postseason intensifies. A pivotal game for 2 division rivals. Next. Carlos Rodon, a left-handed Floridian, will get the starting assignment. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, man, we're getting a look at a guy that's really been struggling lately. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of over 1.50. Lots of base runners, lots of hits, and lots of walks, and that doesn't add up to very good performances. So he's going to look to turn things around in this one here today.
Dan, D-Row, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon. They come off another loss last time out, and in fact, they've dropped 3 of their last 4.
Yeah, Matty, what I need to see out of this offense today is some early production. Somebody's got to get on base and put the defense on their heels. They've been struggling recently. They're not swinging the bats well. They got shut out yesterday, and this offense needs to adjust itself.
Rodon is a strikeout master on the mound. It will not be uncommon to see him reach a double-digit strikeout total when he goes out there. He uses a swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. One hit in the inning on the solo shot, but it's enough to push him out in front. Here's Javier Baez. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Swing, and there it goes. Deep to left field. Into the bleachers, and gone.
Well, his offense spotted him a run in the top of the inning, and he just gave it right back.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Darren James. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Guys, typically the postseason comes into clearer focus around this time of year, but this division features a few teams jockeying for contention.
You know what, Dan? These teams are so close on paper. It's going to be execution that gets one of these teams over the hump.
I agree with you, D-Roy. And I think one of the things, if you believe that good pitching is going to eventually stop good hitting, I think whichever one of these 2 teams pitches best the remaining part of the schedule is going to be the team that comes out on top in this division.
And he fouls this one off. Missed with a slider. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning. Digging in the switch hitter, Darren James, and he's at risk of the old hat trick. 2 strikeouts on his line so far.
Yeah, and it seems like these hat tricks and golden sombreros are a lot more common than they were, say, 10, 15 years ago. Guys have stopped worried about striking out as much. It's really been an ideological shift in the game. That's a big topic of debate.
Yeah, guy's not going to worry about 3 strikeouts if he can add a game-winning hit to that line. Pitch out. Nothing doing. The 2-1 is a sharp slider taken low for a ball.
It's one thing to get hit around, but it's far worse when you're getting yourself into trouble by not throwing strikes. Every pitcher's been there, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating or unacceptable.
High and deep to right center. Giving chase is Almora. And that's the third out. And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Catch made in left. Here comes the runner for the plate. And the runner from third scores as they try and work their way back into this one. It's now a 5-3 ball game. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Javier Baez. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Hit hard to third. And a base hit into left field, so they've got themselves a one-out base runner. So he finds the hole into left to pick up his second base hit of the afternoon. And as we take a look at this. Ready once again, Darren James. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch coming, here it is. And a curveball that started low and broke lower, ball one. The 1-0 home is looked at for the first strike. DeYoung, a runner at first with one gone in the inning. Shot to third. In there, a base hit.
Yeah, that ball's hit hard.
I guarantee you at release point, he wanted to pull this pitch back. Change up middle of the plate. Usually gets deposited in the seats.
That'll bring in Joey Rickard. And it looks like this could be a critical at-bat in this one.
Well, a glance at my scorebook shows they haven't been able to get him out yet. So this could be a fun at-bat to watch.
Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Almora in pursuit. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Stepping in, Andrés Zamora. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Come on, you can beat it. You can beat it.
And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. The next Cub up, Anthony Rizzo. It was a walk in his last trip. And he goes the other way as this is hit high and deep out to straightaway left. That one is out of here. This game is tied.
Yeah, he's been producing at the plate all year, so this should come as a surprise to nobody.
Into the box now, Darren James. He singled his last time up. First pitch coming, here it is. And a fastball just a bit up. Well, this game's outcome certainly isn't set in stone at this point. The Cubs have shown why they're the ones sitting atop the standings.
You know, D-Row, this is one of the nice things about having a good year like this team is. This game right here, even though they're down big in this one, this isn't going to define or end their season. They've been playing some pretty good baseball.
I agree with you 100%. They have a chance to throw a quality arm out there on the mound every night. Their lineup does a nice job of scoring runs. I think you're...
Now from the windy city of Chicago, baseball from beautiful Wrigley. Kyle Hendricks will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, Kyle Hendricks is not one of these overpowering guys. He's a little bit, he reminds me of Greg Maddux. He's 88 to 91 with really good sink, great straight changeup, and has the slurve. Not a true.
Well, the left fielder's on it, and that retires the side. Nothing. Striding in, Darren James. He carries the 8th best batting average in the National League entering play. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he'll look at a first pitch curveball that's in the dirt. It's ball 1. Dan, D-Row, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon. They've been playing better than .500 baseball of late, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
Hey, thanks, Matty. Hey, you know what, D-Row? Try to get on a kind of a little mini winning streak here. Losing the first game of this series, winning game 2, and hopefully winning this series by pulling one out here today.
Yeah, Dan, they were able to shower that first loss off in the first game of this series and had a nice bounce-back game yesterday. Let's see if they can steal the series right here.
Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras.
Wilson Contreras.
Hit on the ground to third. And that's through for a hit.
At the end of the day, it's all about result. He didn't do one thing right from an offensive standpoint.
Stepping in for the Cardinals, Darren James. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First pitch of the at-bat. Lays off 1-0. James is a very well-regarded defensive outfielder. Used to be that fielders were evaluated mostly by the eyeball test and simple stats like fielding percentage. But of course, these days, there are many more advanced ways that help determine a guy's work in the field. And in his case, he shines in many ways.
You know, Matty, for me, I think he does pass the eyeball test. I know you have to look at all the numbers.
Here's Addison Russell. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
The shortstop, Addison Russell.
Ready with the payoff pitch. Pulls this one in the air out to left. James on the move. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Digging in and looking for more, Brian Mascara. He singled his last time up. Happ stands at first with 1 out. Line drive to left. But pretty much right at the left fielder as he takes it in for the second out. Coming to the plate now, Darren James. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here's the first pitch to him. Swing and a little tapper, but it's foul, strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
For me, check swings are right there next to bang bang.
And now here's the versatile outfielder, Albert Almora Jr. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Ready with the 1-2. Pulled high in the air out to left field. James is in his tracks now as he makes the catch for out number 2. Stepping in, Darren James. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. He's set and the pitch. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it. 1-0 pitch on the way. A ball and a strike. Davis, base runner at first with 1 out. And this one gets away. And not what they were hoping for, as that moves the possible tying run into scoring position. Now the 2-1 pitch. Doesn't hit the target. It's ball 3.
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt. But he might spin the win if he starts looking for it in there.
1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Two pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Mascara will have plenty of room as he makes the catch, and there's a big out, number 2. And welcome to the home of the Buccos since 2001, PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Game 1 of this 4-game set. Now at the plate, Darren James. It was an 0 for 4 day for him in yesterday's loss. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A fastball here too low. It's 1-0. Dero, Dan, we look at this Pirates ball club as they enter play here tonight. They come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking.
Yeah, Matty, this team's coming together right now. They're playing dangerous baseball. You can tell the look in their eye. They feel good about where they're at. They've won a few games in a row, and they look to continue that trend today.
Time for a look at the umpires working this one. Behind the plate is Darryl Parker.
Hey, not a very big strike zone, but a strike zone that kind of moves around a little bit too much for my liking.
Yeah, Dan, I know there's not a clear scouting report with Darryl. I'll tell you what, you're going to know in the first 2 innings where he's going to be.
Slapped hard the opposite way. That gets down, and the inning continues.
Man, you smoked that thing. Atta boy, good job.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Chris Davis. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers. Swing and a miss as the slider sets him down for the final out of the inning. Cards lead 1. Up next for the Buccos, Colin Moran. Set to lead off the home half of the second.
Colin Moran.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. James comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out.
So here's how the Cardinals are positioned defensively. And let's take a look at Colton Wong, one of the more dynamic middle infielders in our sport. Ability to turn a double play, bazooka arm from a second baseman.
Kevin Smith will be next. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest. Pulled high in the air out to left field. James coasts under it. 2 gone. Into the box, Darren James. He reached on a single in his first try. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second, and that'll get on through into center, and he's got himself a one-out hit. So make it 2 hits for him now on the night as this one finds its way into center. And as you see there, he's currently pacing this Redbirds team in that category. Here's Chris Davis now. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Now a throw over, and he'll dive back in. The 0-1 pitch.
Hard
Shot
90,
weakly
hard
to
90.
the left. He's got it. There's Harrison for one. Return throw is in time. How about that? They do turn 2, and it gets him out of the inning. Around the horn they go. 5-4. Next to bat will be the Pittsburgh cleanup batter, Tyler Austin. He drew a base on balls his first time up. Hit on the ground to third. And that finds its way through for a base hit. And they keep rolling here. Their runners at the corners with still nobody out. So some real problems out there. So stepping in, Darren James. Couple of singles to his credit thus far. First pitch coming. Here it is. And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. And this is just off the outside corner, ball 2. Two-0 count. The pitch. A swing and a miss. That's the first strike.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
And this is taken in for out number 1. So the Pirates batting order turns over and set to go. Starling Marte. He struggled at the top of the lineup in this one, hitless to this point. Here's the payoff pitch. Pulls this one in the air out to left. James moves over. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Not a lot of offense to go around, but a very tightly contested ball game. 2-2 our score here in the 8th, as it's starting to look more like 1 run may be enough to win this one. Ready for another shot now, Darren James. He's 2 for 3 thus far. First offering on its way. Popped him up. Smith over to his right. He's got it 1 away.
I'm sure his eyes lit up when he saw that curveball hanging in the zone, but maybe he tried to do too much with it because basically he hit it straight up. No doubt he wants.
Striding in once again, Kevin Smith. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. 0-1 count, and the pitch. Pulls this one in the air out to left. James comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out. Ready for another chance, Darren James. There are 2 gone and the possible go-ahead run at first. Here's the first pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time. A fastball down near the shoe tops. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. Now the 2-1.
Dig,
Hit on the
dig,
ground
dig,
out to short. Marte fields it cleanly. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. For the Cardinals. And that'll bring in the middle infielder, Ketel Marte. And he's got a chance to bring in the winning run. The question is whether they'll even pitch to him. Hit in the air out to left field. Moving under it, James. One away. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base.
The batter, number 13, second baseman, Danny.
Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. James on the move, and that's the second out of the inning.
Yeah, that's a sweet win, especially on the road. They took the lead in the top of the 13th and held on to it in the bottom to secure this win.
3-2 the finish in tonight's game. Dominic Leone earns the victory out of it. And our situation is we welcome you to this one. Runners at first and second here with 2 away in the inning. Stepping in for the Cardinals, Darren James. He's newly entered into the ball game, so this will be his first trip to the plate here in inning number 7. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Now the 1-0 is looked at for the first strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a little tapper. That winds up foul for the second strike. Diaz playing here in his age 31 season. This is his second year as a major leaguer. The 1-2.
Run it out,
Sent
run it
on
out,
the
run it
ground out to second. Oh, look at the sliding stop. He's out. That was exceptional. He got the out and prevented the runner from having.
Your attention, please.
It's time to raise the Jolly Roger as the Pirate closer comes in to ice this one and picks up the save.
Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. Tonight we've got baseball from the banks of the Allegheny, PNC Park. Royce Anthony gets the start for Pittsburgh in this one. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, you can tell by this strikeout to walk ratio 2-1 that this guy is more a pitch to contact guy than a strikeout walk guy.
Now here's the drive out to right center field. He's around first, heading for 2. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double. So a double into the gap has him in business here with 1 away. And as you see there, he's currently pacing this Redbirds team in that category. The next to bat for St. Louis, Antoine Webster is back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game.
Back.
Pickoff move to second, and he just manages to get his hand in. Push to the right side, and that's in there. Base hit. James rounds the corner and is headed home. And he's safe at the plate as they take the lead.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach.
Here's Gregory Polanco. Past battles with Kendall Graveman. He brings with him a .313 batting average. That's lifted the other way out to left. Moving under it, James. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
So here's how the Cardinals are positioned.
So the next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Josh Harrison, as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3. This is line to left. But coming on quickly is the left fielder to make the play for the first out. And with 1 away, we'll bring you a look at the current division standings, and you can see these guys have their work cut out for them if they want to make noise in the division. And now it's the Pirates pitcher, Royce Anthony, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Pulls this one in the air out to left. DeYoung has a play, and that retires the side. Trying to pick things up where he left off, Darren James. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. First pitch curveball runs in a bit too tight. It's ball one.
Wow, that was a decent breaking ball right there, but that's just a pitch that's a little easier to lay off of when you're opposite-handed, opposite bat. You can see the sweep of the ball coming right into you. That was a great take.
James hails from the Prairie State of Illinois. He was taken in the 26th round during the first-year player draft of 2018.
Hey, this guy's got a chance to be an absolute steal. Being drafted where he was, there are definite signs that he has a chance to make an impact at the big league level.
And indeed, the throw will finish him off as they get the put out at first, and there are 2 away now. Josh Harrison stands in. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. The 1-1. Hit in the air out to straightaway left. DeYoung is there. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Digging in for his second at-bat, Royce Anthony. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Royce Anthony.
In the air now out to left field. James has a read on it. 2 down. Ready once again, Darren James. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Go ahead runs aboard here at first with nobody out. Line down the left field line. But this will be foul. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A fastball down near the shoe tops.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there, just out of the strike zone. But listen, when you're a 300 hitter, you don't chase a lot of those so-called pitcher's pitches. This guy knows the strike zone.
Checked his swing there, and did he go? No, he did not, says the third base umpire. Ball 2. Here now the 2-2. And he'll find a way to get a piece of that one to stay alive.
He was able to foul that one off, but you could tell he was definitely late. That breaking ball, the pitch before that heater right there, definitely threw his timing off.
And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch.
Another full count pitch on its way. And he misses with it, ball 4. So the potential go-ahead run moves into scoring position now. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Antoine Webster.
Antoine Webster.
Towards second. Flips it underhand. There's one on to first, not in time as he just hits the bag ahead of the throw. Digging in to try it again, Darren James. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. Here's the first pitch to him. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. He broke out the slide step there, Danny.
Yeah, he's clearly thinking about the steal right here. Didn't happen, but the cat-mouse game continues on.
High in the air out to center field. Cortez has a beat on it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Leave 1. Digging in once again, Daniel Nakamura. Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th. Left side. Throw just does beat him to the bag, as that was pretty close.
The batter, number 13, second baseman, Danny Morales.
Lifted in the air out towards left center. James has it in his tracks, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Pirates. Our score remains. So the Pirates batting order turns over and set to go. Julian Cortez. He singled his last time up.
Hey, it's never easy scoring runs against a closer, but this lineup is setting up perfectly right now as the leadoff hitter leads off this inning.
James is there, and he's got that all-important first out here to start the ninth.
Man, that's what you would call an efficient outing. One pitch, and he gets the save. He doesn't get paid by the pitch, so he just figured he'd end it quickly and hit the showers. Good call.
From one of the best ballparks you'll find in the sport, PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Today it's the... Digging in the switch hitter, Darren James, currently 9th in the NL in hitting, entering play. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. Gone. A two-run blast to straightaway right field, and even 40 home runs on the year for him now as the Redbirds have taken a 2-0 lead.
Boy, this guy just keeps going on. His 40th home run of the season, and he's not done yet. He keeps this up, he's definitely going to be in the...
Here's Tyler Austin now. And in case you haven't been keeping up the tabs on him, arguably he's been one of the hottest hitters in the league over the last 7 or so games. Hit in the air to left. James is there, one down.
The St. Louis Cardinals attack you on defense.
Ready to take his hacks again, Darren James, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up. And a good slider here to start the at-bat, but it's ruled a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 home. And it's fouled away. The 1-1 is taken for ball 2. 2 out, nobody on. Driven nicely into the gap. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away. So some life with 2 away as he's into second with the opposite field double. And as you see there, he's currently pacing this Redbirds team in that category. At the plate, Antoine Webster, runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
Antoine Webster.
Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Digging in and looking for more, Darren James. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. And it's gone. So it's a 2-run shot to right center, his second of the game, and it's now 6-3.
Yeah, he had the right idea, trying to bust him inside, but that pitch caught too much of the plate, and he took it deep for a 2-run homer. That was a nice swing of the ball.
Ready to take his hacks again, Darren James, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up.
This guy's having a pretty good week so far in one game. His last at-bat is second home run of the game. We'll see if they'll pitch him a little bit more carefully in this AB.
Fastball that time is nowhere close, and it's even at 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Missed with a breaking ball. Swing and a line drive. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit.
Dan, with that single, he's now 3/4 of the way to hitting for the cycle. Toughest one still on the shelf, though. He's got to get a triple.
Yeah, that you said it, Dero. That's one of those that's either got to hit right down the line or one of those tweeners in the gap. He has enough speed, so if he can find a gap or find one down the line, maybe he can do it, and he's going to at least get one more at bat in this one.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Shoots this one over to first. And that gets through, so he'll have his first base hit, make him 1 for 4 in the game now.
You know, as a former infielder, Danny, they always say you can't be in 2 places at once, but you got to be a little frustrated right here that ball found the hole.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. You make a quality pitch, and a guy shoots one through the right side, normally a vacated spot right there. 9 out of 10 times, somebody's there to make that play. Unfortunately, not, and now we've got a couple of guys on.
And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there, 2 away. Into the box now, Yadier Molina. He was retired after popping out in his last at-bat. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Cortez moving to his left. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Coming to the plate now, Darren James, and we'll see if he can get something into the gap to make it interesting. He's had a great game so far, but needs the triple to complete a cycle. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. With the first baseman holding the runner on, it's always smart to pitch into the defense you have behind you.
Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Davis, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Lifted the other way out to left center. Cortez is in pursuit. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now. Up next for the Buccos, Chris Bostic. And Dan, what's the plan of attack here for the guy on the mound?
Well, I think they have to go right after him. He's pretty unlikely to take you deep, but if you allow him to get on base, the chances of him scoring and tying this game become a lot greater.
Now a swing and a fly ball. And this should do it. He makes the catch, and the Cardinals have taken the finale here. They win the series 3-1 as the ball game is over.
Yeah, he does surrender 1 run, so it wasn't a flawless performance. But in this game, you don't have to be perfect. You just
A coach draws a player's attention to an area of possible development.
Tuesday night baseball now from the home of the Cardinals, Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. Alex Reyes gets the start for St. Louis in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, this guy loves pitching at home. He's had a little bit of a rough go pitching on the road so far this season, but he's pitched really well in his home environment, and I'm sure he's glad and comfortable that he's pitching at home in this one. Hopefully, he can string together another strong home start.
Well, guys, as we look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking.
Yeah, Matty, this team's coming together right now. They're playing dangerous baseball. You can tell.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit.
And the runner from second is in to score. It's a 2-0 ball game.
You know what I like right there, Dan, is the batter's approach. Not trying to do too much, just taking it right back up the chute again, staying within himself, and just knowing that anything to the outfield gets him an RBI.
Now, that's a good piece of hitting. That's a great point, Dero. I think a lot of times hitters go up there trying to do a little bit too much. Sometimes you just have to go ahead and hit the ball where it's pitched, and a good job, and a run batted in.
And he'll dive back in safely.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. So it's 2 runs. Here's Javier Baez as we are all set to begin the 3rd inning in this one.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
And that's through for a base hit. Make him 1 for 2 in this one. With that, the Cubs get their leadoff man aboard. Stepping into the box, Darren James. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch. Hit high and deep to right center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Here's Jason Hayward now, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone.
This is the first home run of the game, but the bats are definitely alive for both teams tonight. There have been a ton of hits already.
Now at the plate, Darren James. He flew out in his last at-bat. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Here's a fly ball, well hit. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. 1 left. Here's Chris Bryant now. Due up are the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, and they're hoping that this is the part of the lineup that can get something going.
Yeah, only 1 run on the board so far for them. They just haven't had consistently good at bats.
Pulls this one in the air out to left. James moves over, 1 away. Stepping up now, Darren James.
Left fielder, Darren James.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. And a breaking ball stays outside. DeYoung stands at first with 1 out. In the dirt, and now let's see. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. The 1-2 is an off-speed pitch taken for a ball. High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance. That one is out of here. This game is tied. It's a two-run shot to straightaway left. Home run number 42 on the season. As they pull even, it's 6-6 now.
Producing at the plate all year, so this should come as a surprise to nobody. But just because it's expected doesn't mean it's any less impressive. One swing and we are tied.
Ready to take his hacks again, Darren James, as he'll look to follow up the two-run homer he launched over the wall last time up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Missed with a slider. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage.
Yeah, you know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here. That's a big fastball, obviously, and we're going to see this reliever throw it a lot.
3-1 to the Cardinals left fielder. The 3-1 pitch is taken for strike two. The pitch fouled off. The next 3-2. Fouled away. Making him work out there. The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Hey, I'm biased to the hitter right now. Keep frustrating that pitcher. Foul 12 of these things off. He's going to miss over the heart of the plate at some point.
The next 3-2. Hit hard on the ground towards second. And that gets through a base hit. He's 3 for 5.
You think he's not setting the tone for this series right there? Third knock of the night, and we're only in game 1. This could be huge.
Now to the plate, Joey Rickard. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Throw over to the bag, and the runner back safely. Still only one out in the inning. Looked like the cut fastball there, and he got him to swing through it for the second out.
Really impressive pitching right there. Sometimes as a pitcher you can get frustrated when you make a good pitch and you don't get that call from the umpire, but what does he do? He comes back with a good pitch and gets the strike.
He's running. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble.
Turn, look.
Throw into second. But he'll be in there with a double. They'll add on to their total as the run scores all the way from first.
Definitely an aggressive approach here. Yeah, this game was decided in the 8th. That was a huge offensive fireworks coming into the 8th inning. And when the other guys put up a big inning like that against you late in the game, it's really tough to make any kind of a comeback.
Wednesday night baseball now from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Tonight, the second of Luke Weaver will be towing the rubber for the Cardinals. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, you want to know if this guy's one of the better pitchers in the league? Well, how about this? Batters are hitting under 200. against this guy for the year, so he's done a good job against both righties and lefties. And I'm looking for him to be just as dominant in this one.
And the pitch. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. Well, guys, as we look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they're coming off a loss last time out, but they've been playing well, winners of 5 straight prior to that game.
Yeah, guys, dropping yesterday was a heartbreaker without question. But you know what? You find a way. You show up to the yard today, you get out of the cab, and you watch countless hours of video, and you try and formulate a game plan to get this back to 500. 1-1 to start the road trip, and you move.
Now at the plate, Darren James, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A knee-high sinker, tough pitch, strike one. Wong at second. DeYoung is over at first with 1 away. Good hard sinker swung on and missed. 0-2. The 0-2 home, and a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not hitting over 300 by luck. He really knows the strike zone and his own strengths. That last take is a great example.
In the air, out to right. Hayward has a read on it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Ready for another shot now. Albert Almora. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Pulls this one in the air out to left. James has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Ready once again, Addison Russell. He was a double play victim last time around. The 1-2. Fly ball out to straightaway left. James sprinting after it, and that's the third out. A run, a hit. Digging in the switch hitter, Darren James. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally. Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Darren James. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
Loves hitting left-handed off of right-handed pitchers, hitting over 300 against right-handed pitching.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Davis gets his lead at first, nobody out. And a curveball's by him that time as he falls behind now 1-2. Swung on in the dirt, and that's a strikeout. The tag, and he is safe on a very close play at the bag.
Well, there's another save, but that's just not any other save. That's save number 50 for the reliever in his career, well on his way.
Just to the west of the mighty Mississippi, we're at the home of the Cardinals, Busch Stadium. The next Cub up, Javier Baez, as we run you the numbers to see the splits between July and August. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Here's a huge swing by Baez and a ball sent to deep left field. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back.
Talk about hitting the ground running. Usually a leadoff man is a guy that takes the first pitch, trying to get the feel for the pitcher, trying to get dialed in, but not this guy. He's got that see ball, hit ball philosophy, and he does just that. Launching that pitch out of here before the fans could even get settled in the seats.
That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Hey, after that hit right there, D-Roll.
Stepping in for the Cardinals, Darren James, one of the better hitters in the game this year, currently 7th in the National League batting race. Now a snap throw to first, and the runner back easily. First offering on its way. And now a swing and a miss, and that's what you call establishing the inside part of the plate. It's strike one. Dan, D-Row, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they're definitely in a nice stretch as they've won 6 of their last 7 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, this team has been playing really well right now, and this is case in point. Chance to jump out again to another 1-0 lead. They've really been doing that. They've been on attack, early offensive, almost ambush-like approaches to their at-bats, and it's working for them.
Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Ed Drummond.
Yeah, Matty. Hey, you know what, D-Row? This Ed Drummond, he's a good umpire. Fair umpire, good ball and strike umpire. Pretty much straight down the road.
That's all you look for, Dan. Just be consistent. I don't care if you're given 2 to 3 inches off the outside corner, but you can't do it on the inside corner. If you're going to stick to one thing and stay consistent with it, no player will have a gripe with you.
Now another 2-2. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Rizzo calls for it, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Now a moment here in St. Louis to look at the... Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras, as it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up to kick off the 2nd inning. Pulled high in the air out to left field. And this will be pulled in just in front of the warning track for the first out.
So here's how the Cardinals are positioned defensively.
Ready for another chance? Albert Almora, a base hit in his first trip. Pulls this one in the air out to left. James giving chase, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out. Anthony Rizzo stands in now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Skied in the air to straightaway left. James will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Cubs are down and here's Chris Bryant now, 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance. The 0-1. Sharp ground ball to third. And that'll get by into left field, so he's on to lead off the inning.
You don't see too many curveballs that want to start in.
Digging in to try it again, Addison Russell. He drew a walk his first time up. Bryant, the runner at first with 2 gone. Hit high and deep to left field. James racing back at the track. The wall. See you later. Over the wall, a home run.
Wow, not every call is going to go your way, and there are some pitchers that pitchers think are pitchers' pitches, and you don't get that, and it puts you in a bad spot, and you could tell that it affected him. He was fuming, and he really wanted that last pitch, and the result, he lost focus and made another bad pitch.
Oh, and a hearty cut there to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
These are huge innings for a team's morale. The pitcher wants to go out and throw that shutdown inning up and get the boys back swinging the bats again with a chance to capitalize and even extend this current lead.
The 1-1. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2.
Great off-speed pitch right there. He was definitely sitting fastball, wanted to turn and burn. Everything went flying. This pitcher might be on the attack with that pitch all game long.
Now another 1-2. Again, he sends it out of play. Trying to pick up that outside corner, but this misses, and it's back to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Full count, 3-2.
If you're ever going to see a position player go to the mound, it's going to be in a situation like this. Get him to relax a little bit, focus on his mechanics, and get that fastball back in the zone. Can't allow this guy to lead off walk.
And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Antoine Webster. Runner goes for second. Skied into very shallow right. Hayward has a play, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. On to first, and they get the double play. Striding in once again, Darren James. He'll try and get something started in the home half of the 7th. First delivery to him on the way. Breaking ball in for a strike. The windup and the 0-1. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Around first, he's digging for second. And he will pull into second with a leadoff double.
Well, the pitcher can't really worry about that one. I mean, it was only their second hit of the game, so he's doing a lot of things right. Let's see if he can leave him out there now.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Hammered the other way to deep right field. Back goes Hayward to the track. On the warning track, he makes the catch. And he'll make it up to third safely here with 1 away. The next to bat for St. Louis, Harrison Bader. 0 for 2 for him to this point.
Harrison Bader.
Struck him out. And now they'll likely need a base hit to get that runner home from third. Stepping into the box, Andreas Zamora. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Now the 3-2 pitch is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Leave 1. Digging in once again, Marwin Gonzalez. He flew out in his last at-bat. Bryant over at second. Contreras on at first with nobody out. That's lifted the other way out to left. James is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
Nobody.
Tack on another here as the runner scores from second. That makes it a 4-0 ball game. Addison Russell will stand in again as we flash you back here to the 4th inning. This was a 2-run home run that was definitely one of the big blows of the ball game to this point. Hit on the ground to third. To second for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Hit in the air out to left. Moving under it, James makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Trying to pick things up where he left off, Darren James, and his guys are looking to erase that donut on the scoreboard with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Matt, they've been really shut down so far in this one. They've had runners on base, but haven't been able to string anything together.
1 ball, no strikes to count. The
1-0 home. Sharply hit ball back up the middle. Russell with a great stop in time.
Hey, it's hard to win games at any point, but to win games on the road, especially in this ballpark, so they are very happy with this.
Saturday Night Baseball here on the show as we welcome you to Miller Park. Garrett Cole is on the mound for the Brewers in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, in this day and age where we're all into numbers and statistics, look at this whip, 1.10 or less. He has a sub 1.1. That's not an easy thing to do, especially in today's game where we see teams scoring a lot of runs. He doesn't walk very many guys, and he doesn't give up that many hits either. This is a real good pitcher and should be fun to watch pitch in this one.
Time now for a look at the hometown Brewers starting lineup. D-Row, tell us about this lineup as they try to force a rubber match in the series.
Matt, you take a look at both these lineups. They got their work cut out for them. This is going to be a pitcher's duel. Both these guys can execute and have a chance to go deep in this game and turn it over to bullpen. Somebody is going to have to get that big 2-out knock with runners in scoring position.
And that's in there for his strike 1-1. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Gary Simmons.
D-Row, this Gary Simmons, he's the kind of umpire that pitchers really like to throw to.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, though, Dan. You want to go east-west, I'll make the adjustment. It's the north-south that'll kill you.
This is hit the other way out toward left field. Yelich is under it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
All right, guys, here's a defensive alignment.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Darren James comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way, and that'll get down for a base hit. So digging in now, Antoine Webster. He reached on a single in his first try. From the belt, the pitch. Very weakly on the ground.
On the back.
And he indeed takes only the out at first as the runners move to second and third with one away now. Ready to take his hacks again, Barack Alexander, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up. Swinging a looper to left. Here comes Yelich. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away. And he's not even going to consider it here as he holds tight at third with 2 away now. Into the box now, Yadier Molina. First time up, he went down looking. Here's the 1-1 pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. According to the career numbers on the back of his baseball card, Molina is slugging a little under the 400 mark, so the chances of his connecting with the ball right here aren't particularly good.
And remember here, there's an open base at first, so a walk is not the worst thing that could happen right here.
And he takes ball 4. So now at least they're set up for the force at any base here with 2 away.
That walk is going to feel a little extra frustrating for this pitcher. Not only do you never really want to walk the number 8 hitter, but it's also going to let the pitcher hit this inning instead of forcing him to lead off the next one.
0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down.
On the back.
On to first, and the Redbird rally goes for naught as that ends the inning. And that brings up the left-handed hitting Travis Shaw. He popped out in his first trip. The 1-2. Line drive to left. It's down for extra bases, and the Brewers have their first hit of the game. And he's in there easily at second with a 1-out double.
That's how quickly things can change.
Digging in and looking for more, Darren James. He singled his last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he fouls this one off. 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. A changeup that just nips the outside of the zone.
Hey, that's a huge pitch for him right there. He's been struggling early. If he's able to get any feel on his secondary stuff, he might be able to hang around a little bit.
And he looks at a ball, 1-2. The 1-2 is taken for ball 2. Davis leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. And he comes back with 1 down and in for ball 3.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play.
Bat explodes as this has popped up. And he'll avoid the fragments out there to make the catch that in. Striding in, Darren James.
Darren James.
First pitch on its way. A swing and a miss at the big curveball. In the dirt here. Right on the money, and he's cut down trying to take second base. 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. Chopped weakly to the left. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired.
First baseman, number 17.
That's lifted the other way out to left. James has a beat on it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. In is Christian Yelich in head-to-head action against Tyler Lyons. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. Now a double play ball here as this is on the ground to third. 1 there on to first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball game, as there are quickly 2 away now.
Oh man, that's just a backbreaker right there. You get the leadoff man to start. You might think it's just another win, but it's awfully hard to win in this game, especially on the road. But they find a way to get it done, and they should be very happy with this performance.
MLB The Show has baseball now on a Sunday afternoon at Miller Park in Milwaukee. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend series. Jimmy Nelson, the right-hander out of the state of Oregon, gets the ball in this one. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, we look a lot at numbers from starting pitchers, walks to innings pitched, but one of the key stats I look for is whip. And he has a sub 1.30 whip coming into this start, which tells me he throws strikes. He's not afraid to get the ball in the strike zone. It'll be interesting to see if he can string together some real quality innings in this one.
This is line to left. Braun is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. Now a chance to look at the starting nine for the visit. Ready for another chance. Darren James 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Line drive to center field. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Digging in once again, Darren James. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. First delivery to him on the way. Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will not. Just slicing foul at the very last moment. So close to extra bases. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. High in the air out to center field. After it is Kane. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now. Ready for another shot now. Brett Phillips. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Smoked on the ground left side. And there's his first base hit in this one. So the Brewers get their leadoff man aboard to start out the frame.
He got the pitch he wanted.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Jonathan Villar. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. This is hit the other way out toward left field. James moves over, looks it into his glove, and there's 1 gone. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Darren James. And his guys are looking to erase that donut on the scoreboard with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Matt, they've been really shut down so far in this one. They've had runners on base, but haven't been able to string anything together. Man, the Redbirds, they've been struggling all game long. They've yet to been able to get that big hit. This is the time for the big hit for the Redbirds.
Second pitch is chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind now 0-2. Chadwick on second. Valera on at first with 2 down. Count remains at 0-2. Hit out
Stand
toward
up
second.
right here, stand up, pick it up.
He gets dirty, but he can't get there, and it's into center field. And they'll get back a run here as they're on the board. It's 4-1.
Dan, this offense has been struggling to push a run across all game. Here they get a nice 2-out RBI in the 8th inning to drive in the first run.
You know, listen, it's taken them a while to get on the board, and, you know, they're still behind in this one, but it's better than getting shut out.
The 1-2.
Come on,
To the left
get
side.
up.
Garcia fields it cleanly. And the throw is wide as it pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Man, there's just no excuse for a middle infielder to make a play like that, especially your shortstop. Looked like a routine play, but for some reason, he just pulled the first baseman off the bag. It happens, but you never want to give a team extra outs.
Oh, and it misses. Ball 4, and that will force home a run. So striding in, Harrison Bader, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Here it comes, the 3-0. And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score. Brett Phillips will bat next. Last time through was a base hit. This is line to left. James is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So
And that's save number 33 on the season for him, matching my career best for a season. The difference is he still has a chance to notch number
Live from the banks of the Ohio, we welcome you to Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Tonight, the opener. Austin Bryce will be on the mound for the series opener. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matty V, we're getting a chance to watch a guy that's been struggling a little bit lately. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of over 1.40, so he's going to have to cut that down, limit the amount of base runners, limit the amount of walks if he wants to have some success in this one here today.
And guys, as we take a look at the Reds entering play here tonight, they come in losers of 7 of their last 10 games, but did earn the victory last time out.
Yeah, Matty V, and you know what, D-Roll, this is when you really get tested. They call it the dog days of August for a reason. When you're struggling like this team is right now, the games get long, the schedule gets long, and you start looking forward towards the end of the season.
Yeah, but you got to find a way, Dan. You know as well as I do. You got to look in the mirror. You're playing for way more.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build.
Now he goes the other way, and he got a lot of it high and deep to left center field. And it is trouble that finds the gap for extra bases. And he will coast into second with a leadoff double.
So with your pitcher due up next, you can either have him bunt or you can even think of...
Digging in the switch hitter, Darren James. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
You hear that phrase, climb the ladder all the...
Digging in for his second at-bat, Austin Bryce. He'll look to light a spark under this lineup that hasn't found the scoreboard since back in the first inning.
Yeah, and for me, the story has been the starting pitching they face. It's been very difficult to rebound and, quite frankly, dominate after getting roughed up a bit in the first inning of a...
Striding in once again, Darren James, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Loves hitting left-handed off for right-handed pitchers, hitting over 300 against right-handed pitching.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2.
Pretty standard curve in the dirt, looking for a strikeout there, but that was a good job of recognizing it and holding back at the plate.
And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. And trouble it is. It's down for extra bases. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
I'll tell you, that's one of the first good swings we've seen anybody put on this guy so far. He's been throwing the ball really well, but that was one of the few mistakes we've seen him make.
Digging in to try it again, Antoine Webster. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Now he extends nicely, and this ball's driven to right field and deep. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. Number 17 for him on the season as it's trimmed to a 4-3 game now.
Yeah, and there's another reason the word around the league is this guy's a bona fide Rookie of the Year candidate. He seems to come up.
Ready once again, Max Kepler. He got under one and popped out his last time up. Set to deliver the 0-1. Slapped hard the opposite way, but pretty much right at the left fielder as he takes it in for the second out. Digging in and looking for more, Darren James. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a neck-high fastball that time.
You know, something to keep in mind, they're really burning through that bullpen, and this is only the first game of the series. Definitely could have an impact on the rest of the series, and maybe even the whole week ahead.
Now here's a ball popped up. This behind the plate for McCann. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out. Here's the second baseman, Scooter Gennett, and he'll start out the bottom of the 8th inning.
Scooter Gennett.
Here now the 2-2. He takes it to the opposite field, high and deep to left. And this one is gone, a home run. Guys, we've seen 4 big balls between the two teams.
Good job there to slam the door for the win, and they finished the month with a bang, just the way you want to.
And this evening's contest comes to a close, 5-3 the final. The Cincinnati Reds put up a 4 spot in the opening frame. And welcome everyone. Our situation has bases empty, 2 out in the inning. Stepping in for the Cardinals, Darren James, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First pitch on its way. High fly ball out to straightaway center. After it is Jones. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
And he just keeps on going and going. That's save number 35 for the season, and he's proven to be as reliable as anyone in the game.
This evening's game comes to an end, 5-4 the final tally. Afternoon baseball now from the home of the Reds since 2003. Great American ballpark. Luis Castillo, a right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. What do we need to know here, Danny?
One of the things that jumps out if you look at that stat sheet, a very high whip coming into this start. One of the things he's going to have to do a much better job, keep traffic off the bases, keep the walks down, try to limit the amount of hits. He's had a rough go of that so far this year. Let's see if he can turn it around in this one.
Oh, and here's a drive. Well hit out to straightaway center. Jones going back, and that one is gone. So it's a solo shot to dead center, number 43 on the year for him, and the Cardinals move out in front 1-0.
Wow, he really hit that ball well. Put a great swing on it with great extension, and it sailed right out of here.
And here's Jose Peraza.
The batter, number 9, shortstop, Jose Peraza.
Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. And that's in there. Base hit. The throw into second. And there are 2 away now.
Oh, man, I don't know how that happened. Looked to be a base hit to the outfield, but then all of a sudden the throw comes in and they get the force on the plate. To be honest, that just can't happen.
In now for the Reds, Eugenio Suarez. He reached on a single in his first try.
Eugenio Suarez.
Hit on the ground toward the left. And that's through for another base hit. He'll make it 2 for 2 in this one.
Man, I thought this at-bat was over. Down 0-2. He's able to work himself back into a hitter's count, 2-2, and he's able to find the knockout there.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Darren James. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
That last at-bat, he didn't crush that changeup for a home run, but listen, a home run is a home run. This guy's awfully strong, and he can hit it out to any part of the ballpark.
The 0-1 delivery. And it's fouled away. And he misses there, 1-2.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not hitting over 300 by luck. He really knows the strike zone and his own strengths. That last take is a great example.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out.
Darren James will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the second inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. First pitch of the at-bat. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. Now here's the pitch. And low, it's a ball and a strike. High in the air out to center field. Jones is under it. One away. The next to bat for St. Louis, Darren James. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Line towards center field. And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon. So the inning's underway with the Cardinals getting their leadoff hitter on base.
Ambush tactics right there, but he didn't try and do too much. He stayed in there and just drove it back up the middle.
Third baseman, Antoine Webster.
And he'll snap one over to first. And he has to dive, but he's back in easily. James on at first, nobody out. Soft liner to the right side. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him. Striding into the box, Andreas Zamora. Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch.
A swing and a liner to left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit.
And they'll add another as this is now a 5-0 game.
Not too many guys in the game can get on top of a high.
Standing in, Darren James. He singled his last time up. First pitch coming. Here it is. Fouled off. One out, nobody on. Here's a late swing and a miss. Strike two. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And this will wind up being nothing more than a long foul ball, and it'll hold the count at 0-2. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
Boy, that's a great breaking ball right there. That's a tough pitch to lay off when that ball's coming in at that plane right there. Quality take.
He takes strike three called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are two away.
Wow, they were banging on all cylinders from the leadoff man to the number 9 guy, the owner. They absolutely cruised to a 7-run victory. If it were all